Have you ever bought glass supplies secondhand? Hey everybody, Steph here. Long time no see, I know. I'm going to work on getting better at videos in 2024. So, have you ever bought glass secondhand or fusing supplies? I hadn't, but my mom back in December found a kiln for sale in Gresham, which is a suburb of Portland, sold by a woman named Kathy. Hi Kathy, if you're watching. And she arranged to have it picked up. Kathy was also selling a lot of nearly 40 glass fusing and slumping molds, and so my mom and I talked about it and decided we'd buy them, keep the molds we liked, and sell the ones we didn't. So I went over in my trusty little Mini and met Kathy, and she's great, and she and her husband helped me load my car full of kiln and molds, and I came home and brought them. So what I did is actually back when I picked everything up, I filmed an unboxing video, which I'm going to segue into. And then since then, I've delivered the kiln to my mom. She's kept her molds and I've kept mine. And if you're a member of any of the glass fusing groups on Facebook, you'll probably see me offering a few of these molds up for sale just because not everything is stuff we use and some of them are too big for the kilns. Anyway, if you have bought stuff secondhand, leave me a comment down below and tell me how it worked out for you and if you're still using the stuff you bought. Okay, so this is a Scott Hot Start, and this is the kiln my mother picked up. As you can see, it's a round kiln. Now, ordinarily it'll only go to about here. This is the stop for the door, but we put it in just in case so it wouldn't get mangled in my car. Comes with a manual. Kathy threw in a shelf and cute itty bitty little posts and a cone thingy. So this is the kiln. My mother is super excited to get it. I'm just going to set everything back in. I'm going to have to move everything for the trip to taking it to her because she's 3 hours away. But for now, everything holds in there. And now we're going to move on to the fun part, the molds. Okay, so over there, along the moss killer and the tools and stuff, are all the molds that I got from Kathy, and I'm going to show them to you. First off, this is to me what makes the whole thing worth it. These are my favorite plate mold ever, and I cannot figure out who made them, where they came from, or anything. See, they're not hollow. There's this little ring on the bottom. They're a 5-inch plate mold. There are 8 of them, which means my mom gets a set and I get a set, which is great because my set, or the 2 I have, one of them has a big chunk out of it, and while I keep slumping with it, it doesn't look as nice as it used to. So that's really cool, and that to me is the most exciting thing because now I've got plate molds for days. The next we have 2 small dropout rings. I will show you. These are cute. The same. I have 2 of the same. They are bullseye ones, and I don't know if my mom wants one. I have plenty of dropout rings, so I'm not going to take one. And then we keep going. I'm just using the kiln as a shelf. This bad boy is awesome. This is one of those bullseye 16-inch molds, plate molds. It's got to be sold because it won't fit in either of our kilns. We both have 16-inch Paragon benchtops, so there's no way that this thing is going to fit in either kiln. Back on, there you go. I'll put the ring molds in it. In addition to that, this is a giant square slumper. It's got to be 16 inches square too. And again, it's a bullseye. I love this style. Can't put that in the kiln either, so we will have to sell it. Getting into the blue box. This is another thing that's going to have to be sold. It's a bullseye 4-candle bridge, but it's an old one. So this is a bullseye 4-candle bridge. It's an old one, and it is 15.9 or 16 inches long, which is the length of my kiln. Really cool, though. The newer ones are only like 12, so that is a really cool one. And another big one we're not going to be able to keep. Look at this cool dropout. I have no idea what you do with it, but it's really cool. It's giant. So we have that. That one is probably 14, so in theory I could do it, but I don't want to. the things that make Mom and I excited, little 8-inch salad bowls. There's 3 of these. So these are cool. These are 678, so I'm betting you they're probably Firelight forms. So I'm going to keep one and Mom's going to get 2. That way we can have some nice molds for us. Then we come into big drop rings. This is like a 10 or a 12 inch. It's really cool, but it's too big for anything my Mom and I will use. And then 2 more large round drop rings. These 2 will also be sold because they're just too big. So I'm going to put them all back. They're really cool. We don't drop anything that big. This is more dropout molds. More of those. I think they're probably a 10 or a 12 inch. They're really cool. And they're bullseye, but there's 2 more here. So there's like 4 of those. But again, we don't really use a lot of dropout molds. So they're gonna go. And this is probably a 12 inch platter. Reasonably certain I have the same one. This is gonna go to my mom along with the 10 and the 8 inch that are supposedly in here. So she can have the same set I have. Speaking of, oh no, not speaking of. And then there's this weird thing. We have no idea what to do with it. It's awfully deep. So I don't think it's casting mold, but I don't know how you'd slump it to uniformly get all those egg spots. And the back is smooth. You have any idea what this would be, please tell me, because we're all lost. Even Kathy was like, I'm not real sure what to do with this. So, there's that. Putting everything back so I can find it. And then we have the last 2 boxes. Sorry, my back is starting to hurt. I'm not used to bending over. So we have this cool 10 to 12 inch plate. Says it's D4, but it's also 21434. So who knows? And then a very round and large bullseye shallow mold. Very nice. I'm not sure. I think my mom will probably end up with that one because I don't have a real use for something that shallow. And then we have another 10 to 12 inch. This looks like a pasta bowl, one of the ones with the wide lip. Really cool. So that'll probably go to my mom. See what she wants. I know she wants this one. This one is almost 12 inches. And it has a perfectly smooth round bottom, and I'm pretty sure this one Mom wants. So this is pretty cool. I mean, they're all really awesome molds. It depends on whether or not we're going to use them. So there we go for that box. And the last box, hiding behind 8-year-old beer. Don't ask. Ugh. Oh man, my back is killing me. I went through physical therapy and my knees are good, my back is bad. All right. Dropout molds. Again, this is Slumpy's SM019. This is a rectangular version, neither of which we'll be interested in. And then another rectangular version. Looks like these may be bullseye. Let's see. Piece of paper there I want to look at. Oh, Creative Ceramics, so directly. So yeah, these are directly Creative Ceramics, which are the people that make bullseye molds. Then we have the one I need to see if I have a copy of, because if not, I'd like. It's a sushi dish-ish, or what I call a really big soap dish. It's 9x6. Looks really cool. I think I got one. My grandmother wanted one like that. But if I don't, I'm going to talk to my mom about keeping that one. Then there's this guy for a bowl mold. 7-8 inches. Has these neat little cutouts on the side. Pretty cool. It is, again, a Creative Ceramics. Oh, there's more than one in here. Hey, cool, there's 2. Mom and I each get one. And here we go is the 8-inch sushi slumper, or swoosh slumper from Bullseye. I have one of these, I love it, so Mom will get one, that'll be exciting. And then, oh, there's 2 8-inchers and a 10-inch. So Mom's gonna get an 8, a 10, and a 12, and that'll be really cool for her because she'll have the same setup I have now. So that's it for the molds. I'm gonna go back to the front-facing camera and we'll talk for a minute. Okay, so back to the front-facing camera. So for me, the big thing out of this particular set were these 4 molds because mine are all in shambles. So I'm super excited to have that particular mold back and have 4 new ones. This cereal bowl, the 678 from Firelight, I'm looking forward to using this because I don't have any bowls of this size and I think that'll be pretty cool. And then there's this pasta bowl, the one with the cutouts on the sides. It doesn't have any holes in the bottom, so I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but I think this one's going to be kind of fun. So I ended up with 7 molds right off the bat, and I'm excited for them. My mom ended up with 8, and we'll see about whether or not I want to keep any of the drop rings. But that was our haul from Kathy. Hi again, Kathy. Thank you for selling to us, and I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, happy fusing and may the kiln gods be in your favor.
Hey, it's Steph, and I appreciate you watching my video. YouTube will recommend another one down below, so if you want to keep watching, just click on it.